Hey, Lo, the Dolphins are ahead too.
Who they playing?
Beating my team up.
Oh, no doubt, huh? That
Yeah.
was up.
Huh?
Want this open?
Yeah. Yeah, they beating my team up, man.
So I might have to wear some Lions gear and a Dolphins hat tomorrow.
My name is My Song. My Song. My Song. My Song.
My total for my groceries.
Turn that mic up. Turn that mic the fuck up. Yeah. That's what we doing.
Jamie
Fab and
just
Kiss got
banging
New
out
York
here.
niggas rapping again. Vital spit some shit, heard Pap get it in. Ray just dropped the album, Fifth back in the gym. This New York takeover about to happen again. I'm blacking again, like blocks with no street lights. I'm trying to get bags like niggas that don't sleep nights. I'm a wolf, these niggas is sheep like. None of my niggas play baseball, but they got 3 strikes. Street life, that's all we know. We just try and eat right before we go. Before a lame try to sell you a story, yo. I done fought with these niggas, no more show. No more Mr. Nice Guy, bullets just might fly. Examples gotta be made, somebody might die. Niggas like, why might chill? I'm like, nah. This shit done went way past a white lie. These dudes pathological liars, moving way too much crack not to have no priors. Only tools you niggas ever had was pliers. Most expensive thing you ever had on was a wire. Speaking of wire, shouts out to Baltimore. Them boys want justice. They don't want to talk no more. Burn down the CVS cop car in the corner store. Which one you tough ass rappers ready to go to war? That's the difference between you and me. You niggas online, I frontline like UEP. Niggas want rhyme about cars, clothes, and jewelry. I'm ready to die and let Lauren read my eulogy. Man, all this shit is new to me. How you kiss niggas in weird dresses and you a G? How you run around with this nigga? Truthfully, while he diss a dude you call son, confusing me. Yeah, but this Tito, that's y'all niggas business. That don't concern me, yo. I'm in my mind, I'm trying to be peaceful, but let a nigga try me and die over ego. Nigga, I'm Malcolm, I'm not Martin. When it come to beef, I finish, I'm not starting. I don't wanna talk, I'm biting, I'm not barking. First nigga cross that line, I am parking. Nigga, I talk what I'm walking. These niggas is soft, they just talking. I done seen dudes walk right up on them with no tools and talk they Jews right up off them. Word to my mama, niggas don't want no drama. They lucky I'm changed, I'm not the same nigga that I was. If I was still in the streets, running around with them llamas, every time I see them, they be coming off of them comments. But I'm chillin' cause I promise I would try to practice non-violence. But it's a process, dog, I'm being honest. So don't confuse weakness with my kindness. I will revert back to giving niggas dirt nets. Robbing for his work in his rack, sell him his work back. Chick hit him up on the gram, said a thirst trap. Soon as you come in the crib, I had you murk black. Farrakhan said it's a bigger picture. Instead of taking it from you, why not build it with you? Instead of calling her bitch, why not call her sister? Why not do it together and be millions richer? See, that's what happens when there's unity. I can't lie, this poverty shit, it ruined me. Let's not destroy, let's build it by community. And demand Mumia get immunity.
That's right, yo.
That's banging.
I'm the realest, smartest, toughest, political nigga you gon' ever see. The second coming of Bob here, nigga. None of these niggas better than me. None of these niggas realer than me, smarter than me. I beat you niggas up and then teach you about some shit.
You done snuck one on me, Jamie.
Yeah, you like that one, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I already downloaded it.
Huh?
I already downloaded it just right now.
Peace to the family, man. Welcome to Sankofa 180 degrees. We here. We've been here. We back at y'all, man. How's everybody doing? Hey, listen, man. We gotta pay attention, family. First Sunday every month, we got the children's book read, man. Hey, we gotta really participate, fam. It's real important, man. It's real important. All right. We gotta know our history. I mean, come on, man. Listen, man. If you
You got
don't
your
know,
camera off, Jamie. You already know?
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know if you got your history, if you know your history, right? Can't nobody trick you, man. Can nobody and you won't become a part of somebody else's history. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these people rewrite the history, man, without us knowing the real history. All right, because they're doing it. Right? They waiting on this history book down here in Florida. So we waiting on this history book. They writing it right now. You know what I'm saying? And inside of it they talking about how the slaves benefited from slavery. So we gotta combat that, fam. We can't have them lying like that, man. We can't have them, like they helped us. And we talking about the people that built the pyramids, fam, built structures, megaliths, all kind of just all kind of historical structures, stuff that they can't figure out today. But you help us, you benefit us. How? How? Explain how that it benefited anybody. You know, when you took out people, you was taking doctors, you was taking scientists, you was taking inventors. You feel me? You was taking people that had positions in their society. You weren't taking a wild animal. You was taking a civilized person that civilized the world, right? So that's all I'm saying, fam. Hey, peace to the panel, man. How's everybody, man?
What you do?
Well, jump in, Gerald.
Hey, what you do, panel? Peace to the panel, Jamie. Up, Sherry, happy to be here with y'all. Brother Gerald here out of Houston. Feeling the better this weekend. Happy to be amongst my family. Happy to be on the show. And hopefully we'll be a positive example for others that tune in to the show. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe years later. But it's a history of us putting it down, trying to do our part in sharing information with our community, with our future, with the children, and with other grown-ups and brothers and sisters of like mind. So again, as Sankofa say, I always turn to the beginning, turn to the origin, and that's where you'll find all the knowledge, all the information, all the greatness, and then it'll give you something to move forward with. You know what duty you have to do to keep it going forward. So, Black Power, Black Love, what it do? Power, peace and power to the family.
Ready. Go ahead, Kerry.
Welcome to Sankofa 180. I'm Kerry. I'm in Arizona, and good to see all you kings that I love. And um, and Jamie's exactly right. Our kids need to know the truth and the history. I'm old, and I'm finally finding out the truth, and it feels good to me, and that's why I enjoy coming on here. Not only the kids first Sunday of every month, that warms my heart that they're learning the truth. But this show, I learn a lot in here, and everyone is welcome. And anyway, I'm glad to be here and look forward to hearing this presentation, Lo. And like I said, I love you, kings. Bye.
Already.
Peace, peace, E.
What up, E?
Peace, family. How everybody doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see everyone. Same here. Just leaving the grind, man. Just leaving the grind. In the crib. How's everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Sir. Eric,
All right,
fresh out the clock, baby. All the time popping in. That's how important
Yeah.
this stuff is.
Yes, sir. Trying to make it happen.
That's
Yeah,
right.
sir.
you know. So I got a
Hey,
couple.
Unc, you presenting today?
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I got a video on black men pay attention to this proposal for 2025, right? I know we don't
Okay.
usually get into that end of it, but it has a lot of what we do get into. It has some of it at least. So I just found it necessary to play that, and then we're gonna jump into Dr. Ben.
I
Right.
say,
I could expound a lot on this, man, but I'd rather just jump into it, man. Then we get into the discussion. So they're both short videos. I think one is 13 minutes, one is 25 minutes, 23 minutes, something like that. And so it ain't too long, and it's got a lot of content to be attentive to. So let's just jump off into that.
Let's rock and roll
Sounds
then.
like a plan. Let's do it.
already.
I had a whole introduction, a presidential introduction for y'all, but I'll be showing out, so I ain't gonna do that.
You really should.
I bet. Hold up, I gotta get back to okay, share screen.
Hey fam, why he getting to the good part? Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Hey, the song was by my song. Um, brother, I think it's out of New York. Um, real good, positive brother, man. Check out his music, fam. Check out his music. Hey, he good, positive brother, man. The brother that come from the streets, come from the hood, come from you know, doing dirt and all that, man. And now he's on a positive vibe, man. Like most of us on this panel, right? He come from a different part of life, man. Now he's on to a positive part. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there real quick.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Big ups to my son. Gerald had some personal interaction with him too, man. I thought that was fire. Uh, so I just want to give a credit to Hip Hollywood. That's who's providing this presentation, and it's titled "Black Men Read Project 225." So I just find this interesting. Daughter sent this, so um, she's a real smart lady too, man, and just want to give some attention to this stuff.
Project 2025, and I've read inserts of Project 2025. No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't heard about it at all. No, I haven't heard about it. I just heard Project 2025 was something that wasn't for us, or something to try to eliminate us slowly but surely. I could be wrong, but I know it ain't nothing good for us. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hello, my name is Tyrone Howard, professor of education at UCLA. What I'd like to bring to your attention are some of the concerning and disturbing aspects of Project 2025 that we in the Black community should be concerned about. Federal education policy should be limited, and ultimately, the Federal Department of Education should be eliminated. Outrageous. That's just complete nonsense. There's no clarity here as to what this really means. Are we eliminating resources? Are we eliminating things? And who is this being eliminated for? There's already a shortage of resources that young Black kids get. What are we going to do if we don't provide the same education resources for everyone? I think Project 2025 is something that's going to set us back about 20 years. Wow. I don't think enough people are educated on just how bad this 2025 thing is. Any discussions around race and racism are now being eliminated, which to me is erasing a core part of our history.
Black history is just not Black history. It's actual history. It's the history. It's not just Black history, because you can't go back in history and not find Black people.
You're trying to erase the history, but you're not willing to necessarily erase the legislation that holds us down on a day-to-day basis. You got it. Insane. Okay. Cool. That's a wicked game that they're playing.
I feel like they're trying to just disintegrate everything, and I don't appreciate that.
No, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. This is worse than the other one. It's overwhelming. I can't believe someone actually took the time to put together this document. It's absurd. It's absurd.
The death penalty has always been highly problematic because a disproportionate number of people who are on death row are Black men. This would ensure their instant death.
No, I don't vote for genocide. I don't vote for genocide. I don't vote for Black men being executed inappropriately and untimely. I don't vote for any of that, never have.
I don't believe in the death penalty personally. It's not ours, it's his.
This is the same group that believes that the lives of, would-be children are considered. And then to become like judicial hitmen, right? It's like, it's crazy because you can't use the same God for both of them.
We have a lot of individuals who are obviously doing, time in prison in our jail systems without having gone through the proper channels of being allowed a, proper due process.
What it does really is just to let Black men know that we're not really, we're not respected. We're still not looked at as human. This is still like an extermination.
I think the only thing that really scares me about this is the conservative administration should do everything possible to obtain the finality for the 44 families currently on death row. That seems to say even if they're innocent, kill them. That's scary.
Liberal states have now become sanctuaries for abortion tourism. Health and Human Services should use every available tool, including the cutting of funds, to ensure that every state reports exactly how many abortions take place. It seems like they're trying to cover every door to make sure a woman doesn't have the right to choose what happens with her body. And I think this is crazy.
I feel like they should have their choice of how they want to treat their bodies, do what they want with their bodies. So it shouldn't be up to no government to do that.
This is an important issue that we should all be concerned about because women's rights are being taken away. This takes us to illegal and backroom abortions where women put their lives at risk in ways that we haven't seen for centuries in this country.
They've been through a great deal of suffrage. So this is just another thing to add on to more of that suffrage. And I feel like they should have their choice of how they want to treat their bodies, do what they want with their bodies. So it shouldn't be up to no government to do that. No, I'm not. This is not something I want to vote for at all. I wouldn't vote for it.
I want my daughters to be able to grow up. They're 6 to 12. I want them to be able to grow up and have freedom, rights.
He's already said he wants to do a national abortion ban. So this is just proof positive.
Secretary should phase out all existing income-driven repayment plans by making new loans, including consolidation loans, ineligible. There should be no loan forgiveness.
This means that your loans will be due soon, and many of them with interest and penalty and fees, so more money out of your pocket. Why is that important? Because Black people are twice as likely to have larger student loan debts than people from other races, which means that it only delays the ability to purchase homes and other wealth building strategies.
No loan forgiveness it's pretty scary. There's no forgiveness, and all the power should have to repay their loans. Some people are not in a position to do that, and I don't think a lot of people can recover from the debt that college is putting on people. So, you put kids in a position where it's almost impossible for them to win.
Next administration should work with Congress to amend Title VII to prohibit Equal Employment Opportunity Commission from collecting the EEO-1 data and any other social classifications and employment for both private and public workplaces.
What this means is that we will no longer have protections in the workplace that prevent discrimination, racism, or unfair treatment of people of color. Wow.
Oh yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that at all.
Egregious.
We can't have that.
Overwhelming, outrageous, unfair. That's how I describe it.
Yes, we can do it. It's basically a handbook for slavery.
I think that we need to vote, get out and spread the word, make sure that
I used to think that black men could never be presidents of companies like Xerox and Microsoft, but a black man became the president. This is rolling back all these things that were already established. We should find more ways, more inclusive, men of color, women of color. I can't imagine an administration that would take us back. I could never support it.
We feel our health policy and that's under the Obama and Biden administration, such as Medicare shared saving programs and the Inflation Reduction Act.
Never thought that we would come to a time like this in America. No, just sad.
The Inflation Reduction Act basically is a provision that will have an impact on Medicare, which would mean higher prescription costs for seniors and more money for big pharma, plain and simple.
I'm in a wheelchair, and I do got Medicare. So they're trying to take Medicare for us. I would be asked out because I don't have no care for my wheelchair.
Honestly, based on this, like honestly, you're thinking about, again, not even thinking necessarily about myself, but you know, my grandmother, my grandfather specifically. This would directly affect him, which would be insane.
So what it means to me is poor people that have pre-existing conditions are in a world of trouble if Trump gets in office. I mean, for him to say he want to get rid of Obamacare, and they asked him the question, "What's your plan?" He said he has a concept. That's the scariest thing ever.
And I'm an asthmatic, you know, like I know what it's like to be suffering at night because, you know, you're wheezing and you don't have your inhaler. And I mean, come on now, like it's hard to, I guess, express like almost like the anger. I'm gonna shake it a little bit, you know.
This is definitely the most important election ever.
The corporate income tax rate should be reduced to 18%.
So that means the people that make less money gonna pay higher taxes. No, it don't make you want to vote for Trump.
What this means is less taxes and greater profit for large corporations and fewer wages and less income for everyday workers. We already see a massive gap between what workers take home and what large corporations take home. This will only widen that gap.
So the hard-working people get less, and the people that don't work as much get everything.
You're middle class or lower, you barely making ends meet for real. The people with the most money should pay the most money. I mean, that's like common sense, right?
It sounds like they're stopping, or really they're adding more money to their pockets by stopping us from being able to save money.
This is wrong. This is just wrong. It shouldn't be this way.
But they don't care about the little people. They just care about just making more money, whatever that looks like.
I would say take your time to read what they're pushing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really cool to watch a debate and hear a cute little taglines from time to time. But when you see what the agenda is really about, you know what I'm saying, you're probably gonna think twice.
It's not good for the black man at all. Basically, any man of color, it's not. And I would tell them to educate themselves on Project 2025.
At this point, I don't even know if there's a message I could give them, right? Like, it's blatant, it's obvious. What I usually tell them is you're selling yourself back into slavery for a few dollars. Because most black men, when they talk about they're going to vote for Trump, always talk about dollars.
Everybody just thinking that Trump was a good president from ED, that Trump was going to look out for the blacks.
I mean, look, I don't think Trump really honestly cares about anybody back there. Anyway.
I plan to vote this next presidential election. Absolutely. People die for the actual right to vote. So if you have a chance to vote, you should.
This is my second time voting, and since I've been free, and to me and anybody around me that knew what I went through, fighting to get home, and know what's going on. Like, we have to vote. We just have to vote.
When I grew up, my grandfather was from the South, and it was very hard for them to vote. So no matter what, vote. We have to vote. It's important. I don't care if you got to stand in line 5-6 hours. Vote.
And at this point, it's really not even about politics. It's about character. Like, the dude is just a horrible person, right? And that's what it boils down to. It's beyond politics at this point.
So many elections before, Black men, women didn't vote very much. We have to vote for this election. It's going to be a game changer for all of us. I use the term, I have to stop this insanity. Not only am I going to vote, but I'm going to encourage all of my friends to do so.
1,000 before the Common Era, or before the Christian era, as you would prefer to say.
Big ups to Tiff for sending this to me, man, and sending it to her mom, and her mom sending it to me. So let me clear the muck out of people's mind about Unc. I'm not impressed by either one of these candidates at all, or the parties. So I'm not for either one of them at this point. But what I am propositioning is that you do research, research on our history, research on this shit, and get a more insight in your mind, man, of what's going on, because this shit is real live, and this cat is trying to backtrack now, saying that he ain't participating in any of that 225 proposal and project. And the sad thing is that this cat, this orange gump, he's separating families, man. Arguments with this type of stuff and all these things, man, is really transpiring worldwide, not just in our nation, man. This is causing much confusion. And so there again, man, I ain't for either one of these candidates right now. So I like that, a woman is going on board, and she has some Black in her, and all that shit is impressive. But the policies is killing us, and the lack of government caring about us is lacking. And so what I'm proposing is you get up on your own as much as you can, put extra effort to get up on your own, save your own goddamn self, right? And for the village to awaken, and even in our deposition of having to pay more for groceries. I was just at the grocery store looking at an item, and I'm like, God damn, the motherfucker up $2.75 more than it was just a little minute ago. All right. So I get it. All I'm saying is, when you can work harder, work harder. If you can't work harder, do something that you can to show your worth, man, and your purpose, and for the village to do what they can. Can't do always what a motherfucker asks, but you reach out and get what you can, and be appreciative of that and pass it on. So I'm 2,000 plus miles away from my biological family, my kids, and all that stuff, and but I'm available, so. And our household is built on, knowledge of self, heal thyself, feed the community, and Black Power, Black Love, right? And then big ups to those that presented this, hip hop, hip Hollywood, and YouTube as well for putting the platform for people to put stuff on like this. So I also sent out asking permission to play this video to YouTube and to Hip Hollywood. So I don't understand why people put shit on the platform and then you can't share it. So people on the platforms need to fix that shit. If you don't want to share it, don't put it up there. I think it's not proactive. So um, anybody else want to say something about that?
Sure.
I think go ahead, Queen.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna mince words. Anybody that votes for Trump got their head up their ass, and that's how I feel. But you're right. Grow vegetables. Share it with the community. We gotta all participate, and it's really important to vote this time. Man, lives are on the line. Our democracy, our freedom is on the line. And whether you like, Camilla or not, it's a lesser of the evils right now. And I think she's, for the middle class. She's for freedom. She's for democracy. At least that's what she's saying. So I don't trust the other side at all. So that's where I'm at, and I enjoyed that video. Thank you.
Yeah, big ups.
Oh, well, I agree 100% with Carrie. I mean, but I'm not a political. I'm not a voter. You know, but but I see. I mean, I'm not blind. I mean, personally, I don't care who really gets in. I mean, they're not promising me nothing. They're not promising my people nothing. You know what I mean? So it just is not. It just doesn't really matter to me. But if I had to choose, yeah, it would definitely not be what's
The orange gum.
yeah, that's it. It wouldn't be Donald Duck, man. But I tell you what, man, and it doesn't matter if the lady black or not. He ain't black either. So it don't make no damn difference. But I think the most important thing to it would be the policies. I mean, what's your agenda? What is your plans for America? You know, I think that has a lot to do with it. Me personally, I really think that I just don't. I'm not gonna. I'm more into uh how much is our vote worth to you? The black vote. How much is it worth to you? You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving your vote away, we need to find a way to leverage our vote, and they
Right.
had to pay us for our
Right.
vote.
Right.
You feel me? And
Right.
because we have been the deciding vote.
Hey, because they getting paid.
I'm just saying, hey, listen, man. I feel like, hey, look, man. If you want me to vote for you, pay us. Pay us to vote for you. If not, then see, whoever pay gonna win. That's how that works. That's how it always worked. So I mean, and that's how it working today. We
Hey,
just
hey,
we the only culture, we the only people that don't leverage our vote. Everybody, the Jews, they leverage their votes. We the only people that don't leverage their vote. So I mean, I just don't, we give our shit away. You know what
let
I
me say this with that real quick.
mean?
Let me say that with you real quick, man. So Elon Musk was in Pennsylvania, and that fool was offering people $100 to sign a petition.
Yeah,
So
well,
yeah,
yes.
it just goes along with who pays wins, right?
Hmm. Right. I'm just saying. I just, that's how I look at it, man. Everybody else, they leverage their votes, man. We the only people that don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, that's just me, man. I mean, I'm not giving my vote away for free.
You make a good point. Everybody make good points. My question is, if the people are the ones who are understanding that their vote has power, then that's a people problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got your black people who are not unified and know how to make their voice and their vote become power, because you can't do it without unity.
Right.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
You just talked. You spoke on a unified people. You said Jews. Even if you say the gay community, unified when it comes to voting. They're
Right.
unified. They know what their vote means. We're not a part of the process. We've always, not always, a lot of times, blacks have separated themselves from the political process, saying that things like their vote doesn't count, their voice doesn't count, they're gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. It makes it much easier for those who understand that when they unify, they can make their vote count because they ain't got to worry about your ass because you're not even unified and trying to get your vote to count for shit.
Right.
So we can identify that voting works for groups of people who would maybe look like disenfranchised, or whatever, but when they come together, looks like their voting power works for them. Well, we won't understand that shit until we do it collectively. We won't understand what that means because once you come with your bargaining chips together, you got the bargain. You got
That's
something
right.
to bargain.
That's right.
You got it because your shit's together and it's in line with what the law is. So now you come and talk. But we ain't ready to do that. We got to get on the side of righteousness. The next step is to look for who's righteous, who's trying to be a leader over me. Who's righteous? Look at these two motherfuckers who talking about they want to be in power. Between the two, it should be an easy like she said, it should be an easy goddamn understanding of who is if you voting this way, you got something up your ass, something. Because it's obvious they are so fucking different. They're so different that it's easy when when things are close and both people are saying woo 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 and you got sounding good to large groups of people on either side, then you can see okay they battling with this. This shouldn't even be a competition just based on righteousness. This shouldn't even be a competition. No. Based on character. Family people stand for who you are, your character. His family don't stand for his character. His woman ain't spoke about him. Your wife can't speak on you.
Right.
In this situation, man, come on. Those are red flags. Those are red flags that should tell people, pay attention. You don't got to support. Man, look here. If you out there campaigning, Michelle was right next to her husband.
That's right.
She's speaking on what her husband's doing. Even now, this dude's wife was silent. She came out and said something about abortion. That was it. But and that was opposing what he been talking about, really. But point is, if we're not understanding what we're looking at, it ain't gonna matter. Just get ready to get your ass whooped for 4 years if he coming this motherfucker, because that's what's gonna happen. Shit, and a whole lot of shit gonna happen. You gonna really be having to buy books and shit. He come in his office. Shit, and that shit gonna be behind a motherfucker. And that's just one thing. But no, you see the plan. If the 2025 shit don't tell people, hey man, wait and see. You survive the next 4 years, then people understand better. I would think that the majority of folks who voted for that cat when he won and saw how it jumped off, a lot of them people ain't gonna speak on how they gonna vote, but they already know. Man, I ain't messing with this dude no more. There's no way. He had a chance, he blew it.
Right.
But I ain't gonna be no conversations about with my neighbor about how I'm gonna vote. I ain't gonna do that because I know I live in the Republican community, and that's how they getting down. They quiet about this stuff. They quiet about it, but they ain't going in that ballot box, man, and playing that game, man, because they know they are in situations similar to the folks he dissing.
Right.
They ain't no one near the 1% of the population who the billionaires. Hell
Exactly.
no.
Exactly.
So that should be a no-brainer. But what it does do for me, it let me know whoever voted for Republican, I find out, I got to know. That tells me a whole lot about you at this point in the game. It ain't even about politics at this point. I know what your agenda is if you support that cat.
Right.
Straight up oppression. Period.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And power to the people with the money. So that's to me, it's a simple thing. It's a simple thing. Simple, but and I'm
That's
gonna
what.
vote like hell. If I can vote twice, goddamn it, I do it.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
well, like I said, I think hopefully within this next 4 years they come around, our people will get it in their mind that, like Eric said, there's a whole lot of power in voting. Okay, but but our people have to be able to come together and be able to leverage our vote as one, man. This way we can either, hey man, you know, they I'm talking about a whole different party. We having a whole different party going on type shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Where, we can really leverage our vote, man. Like, look, man, okay, you want us to vote for you? How much you got on it? And what you gonna do? And what you gonna do for us? What is it? You know what I'm saying? Because all these other motherfuckers, they do the same thing. All right, so we look, man, we gonna endorse you, and we might even contribute to your campaign. And so now what we need you to do is this. See, right?
Right.
And that's what we need to be doing, man. As a people, we can do the same thing, and it's totally legal, completely legal. That's what we need to be doing, man. But we ain't gonna, and hopefully we can do it in this next 4 years that's coming, man. That we can come together as one group, one people. And look, man, you want this 40, 50 million, whatever, however many people, you know what I'm saying, 20 million people vote. You want this vote? Uh, what you got on it? What you
Right.
got on it? You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Right? If you want this many votes, this right here take you over the edge. This all you need to win. This what you gonna need to win right here is our votes. What you got on it?
Yep.
What you got on it?
Now you
Yeah.
come to the table unified like that. Shit.
What you got
Everybody
on it?
gonna they're gonna sit down and listen to you, man.
Damn right
Yeah.
they is, and they gonna be
Yeah.
like, okay, so well, look here, man. What we can do is we can give you this here, we can give you this much amount of money, and we'll make this law and this law and this law and this policy for y'all. Bet. Yeah, then go to the other table. Now what you got?
That, see,
Right.
that's the kind of power that they understand, and that's the kind of power they have to respect because
That's
it's
damn
within
right.
laws of how they get down. So that's
Damn right.
within the law, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. And that's I believe, the only way for us to offset anything political that can ever happen in this country is to be a unified group of people, and then you will get the support of others who feel and think like we do. Become independents. So damn, if your vote is better on this side this time, okay. Let the panel speak, damn it. If not, stay where you've been. So
That's
how they
right.
go? But again, like you say, there must be something. There must be something in it for a group of people like us who've been here this long. Every time there's an election. Every time.
And every day there, and every year thereafter,
There you
every
go.
election thereafter,
There you
we will
go.
be the ones that they looking for to, hey, what can
There
we
you
do?
go.
Hey,
There
look
you
here,
go.
we are,
There you go.
they gonna appeal
There you,
straight to you. They
there you
damn
go.
everybody else. They appealing.
There
Hey,
you
look
go.
here, what we gotta do for the black community is this, and we gotta
There you
do
go.
reparations and whoop de whoop, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? This what you,
That's right. Yeah, that's how that works. That's what I think. That's how I believe it works.
that's
I
how it
could be
works.
wrong.
That's how it
I'm
works.
no, yeah,
Eric,
yeah.
we see it. We see it.
I'm no political analyst.
Me either, but I pay attention, and I
Right.
see that these other communities are leveraging their votes. The Jewish community, they leverage their votes, like you
The
said.
Muslim community is too.
The
The
Muslim,
Muslim
because
community in
yeah,
Detroit and Dearborn, strong,
hmm
strong, strong. They said no. We ain't with this. We gonna do this here. Yeah,
and it's a lot of Muslims.
yeah.
I'm just saying, man,
That's right.
that could turn an election.
There
That
you
could turn,
see. There
you
you
know what I'm
go.
saying? And
There
this
you
is what
go.
I'm saying. when you got that kind of power, they gonna appeal to you in every way
There you
that they
go.
can.
There you go.
Every way
There
that
you
they
go.
can, they gonna be appealing to you.
But
That's it.
see, yeah, but you're right. So that way, the nation and the world will begin to take your people seriously. Because as of now, they can look at some of us and some of the shit we get into and look at us as the laughing stock of the planet. You know,
All these ads will be geared towards us. It'd be soliciting us.
that's right.
Every
That's
ad
right.
you see on TV is gonna be soliciting to us. You know what I'm saying? You vote for us, and the black we were doing this for the black community, and this and that and this and for the black community.
Yeah, so we had a good start with um, uh, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, I believe. No, Shirley Chisholm, and Huey P. Newton, in California, and I just wanted to put that in before Gerald started talking.
Yeah, Gerald.
This when we watched Project 2025. They got on record what they doing and they put it out in the book, and they're on the wrong side as far as who we are, as far as education. And talking about shutting education down, that's going to affect us and our people. The death penalty, that's going to affect us and our people. Women's rights and abortions, same thing. Loan forgiveness, EEO, dealing with health insurance, Medicare, corporate taxes being reduced. So it can't be no fool and act like they're telling you what they're going to do. If you think those things are for you, I don't care whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever, you a goddamn fool. It ain't for you. So just on that basis, you should be against Trump and his people. You ain't really got to be political on that. You just got to have to think. This is just not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. As I was saying about us being united, the history of slavery, the history of what we went through, make sure that we're not united. So they ain't never got to come to us like that because we ain't learned from the historical aspect. A lot of us don't even want to look at history. Don't want to know why we the way we are, why we disunited, why is disunity, between us. But if you ever just looked at the history and the history of America, you'll see it's not by accident.
Not at all.
It ain't crazy by accident. It's by design.
Right.
So now we don't got no power. And if we don't have no power, they ain't never gonna come at us like that. Now, what they will do, and what you do seeing them doing, is they going to Philadelphia. Trump and both of them, they running to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a black city. They running to Atlanta. Atlanta black. They running to Detroit. Detroit black. So they will come and try to appease us that way. And in our minds, because they not overlooking us, we feel like we are part of something. You know what I'm saying? But still within us as a viable community, you got somebody in your household might vote for Trump, the other one might vote. One might vote Republican, one might vote Republican. We got this split nature, you know what I'm saying? Just like they saying these young black men, for some reason they want to vote for Trump. Where the fuck that come from? What the fuck is y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to vote for Trump. Why? What is he even said he gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we just, And again, I understand our history. We just silly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And it's we got to get done real bad. That's the only time we will unite when something real bad happened to us. So Trump might got to come in for these next 4 years and implement all this shit on us to make us come together. If not, we think we free to do. We think we like everybody else, and it just goes that way. Well, the last time we just united was really behind George Floyd, I say. Well, we all seen how they did that man bad. Kneeled on his goddamn neck for 9 minutes.
Right.
And black people got mad as fuck then. We knew we was one then. You know what I'm saying? And we changed whatever, but that only lasted for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We right now thinking about voting for goddamn Trump and the Republicans who don't give a damn about his own people. His own people who serve with him don't want to fuck with Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know if it's the misinformation, the disinformation. I don't know if we as Americans just silly like that as a whole. But at the same time, it ain't just a black thing. For Democrats to win, it's a lot of white people that deal with us. For Obama to have won, black people only 12%. We can't vote Obama in. We can't vote Kamala in. We only 12% of this nation. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta be some good white people, what we saying, or some just down-out people that's good natured, know how to do the right thing. And we roll with them. As we said earlier about Shirley Chisholm was the first one to go on the national level. Later we had Jesse Jackson, but on a local level, we had the Black Panther Party.
Right.
The Black Panther Party, that party name is really dealing with politics. The party was a political party. And people don't understand that. That started with Stokely Carmichael in Alabama when he was going out to make sure them people in Alabama got on the local level to vote their people in. They weren't scared to go to the polls no more. It was a time they wouldn't even let your ass vote. Even Trump, that's what he's trying to do now, is disfranchise black people. Now he must want us to vote. If you went to jail, they try to make sure you never get to vote in your entire life. Well, this convicted motherfucker, he running for president. So, we gotta wake up. I know they say woke is a negative thing to the Republican Party, to these crazy white people, but to be woke is to know what's going on.
Right.
Marvin Gaye wrote a song back in the day, What's Going On?
What's going on?
Mother, what's going on? We got to come together. So, as I said, that Project 25 lets you know where they at. And if you're on that side, you either rich, which most of us not, or you crazy, which many of us must be. That's all I want to say. Black power, black love.
Hey, let me just ask you if it's appropriate to to share your credentials with what you're standing on with the Black Panther Party.
I was one that I've been in the military. I went to serve the goddamn enemy. So, and it's not that I'm gonna say I served the enemy. I did what I needed to do. As a young child, I was in trouble like most youth, and I wanted to do something different. And I had to get away from my community. So my option was to go to the military. I served 5 years. At that time,
Hey, Gerald got a funny story. I ain't asking you to share that, but
yeah, at that
Gerald
time,
got a funny story how he got into that shit.
yeah, I went to jail and I didn't want no parts of that shit no more. And I ain't saying I went to prison. I went to jail local jail for 3 days, and I didn't want no parts of that shit. I was trying my life for goddamn 5 years to go in the military. And when I went and told my mom and dad, they was like, what the fuck you done? You know, but they didn't probably teach me.
Hey,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
Gerald said he walked out the jail. Next door was a recruiting office.
Yeah.
The boy jumped off in that door quick.
Yeah. I went to the first when they told me they couldn't get me out here within time. Shit, I went to the next one like I need to
Within
get up
right
out
now,
there.
right now.
Yeah. Right fucking now. You know. Next thing I know, I'm chewing blue, red, white, and blue. Hell America. But once I got into the military, I read about Malcolm X. And I found out that when he was at my age, he was going through them same things. I just wasn't, I didn't know about it, but it changed my life. In the military, I became a militant. I was pro-black in the military. When I got out of the military, I ended up joining the new Black Panther Party. I followed in the footsteps of Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, and others of that like mine who want to do something for themselves and they want to beg nobody else to do for them. So joined the new Black Panther Party, and then helped form my own organization, the Southern Region New Black Panther Party, which we serve the states of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Very active member, like putting boots on the ground. I don't just talk about it, I be about it. And anything that anybody in my community goes through that I can help with, I don't just look at it, I get involved. So that's my legacy, that's my story. I don't brag about it, but that's what I'm about. And I done put in a lot of work that I'm proud of. The brother that Jamie was talking about, my song, I was able to meet him. So I know for a fact, Kim just talk about it. He put boots on the ground. And it was an honor and a pleasure to meet him. Just like I've put boots on the ground with other rappers, from Willie D to Bun B, Trader Troop, you know. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud to work with my peers. And like I said, it's not just me talking. I can show you documentation of it. You know, it's in my blood. And I'm also trying to inspire the youth. I try to inspire the youth to do the same thing. That's why I'm so proud of our first day Sundays when we're with our youth and we reading books. And Jamie and his two sons are here every Sunday putting in their work. You know what I'm saying? I wish that I would have had that background when I was younger to have done it. But I am around other youth, I am around other brothers and sisters of like mind that are putting in their work. Brother Jamie, Brother Unc, Brother Eric, Sister Carrie. They true about this here. They show up every goddamn week, you know, and it ain't just talk. It's sacrificing. They sacrificing a part of their life, and they love it. We wouldn't do it if we didn't love it, so we love it. We're not saying we Dr. Beans. We're not saying we Kamala Harris's, but we doing what we can do. We found us a platform, and we share information. We share our experiences, and we put out information that others have put out, hopefully that it would awaken, inspire, and make others, you know, share with their community, share with their families. And again, wake up, you know, and don't go back to sleep. So that's all I want to say. I don't want to speak too much longer, but Project 25, to let you know, whose side they on. And Kamala, I think she's trying to do the right thing. Simple as that. She's for the people. You hear her constantly keep saying that. She's for the people. Trump is a narcissist who's for himself. And that's just two extremes, you know. You can't see that, then, you know, I don't know what to tell you. But black power, black love, power to the people.
Thank you, Gerald. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Always.
Proud of you too, Kerry.
Hey, so I just want to say this real quick. There's people, there's groups out here that is trying to pull together, King. Now that you know, uh 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 one one that I know right offhand was ADOS, so ADOS. You know what I'm saying? That's American Descendants of Slavery. That's what that comes from. And if you want to look those brothers up, man, they are on what I was saying about leveraging your vote and so they're into that too, and they're pushing for reparations. So look those up. Those are acronyms, so that they're all uppercase letters. Um, but uh, but it's American Descendants of Slavery, right? And if you check those brothers out, man, and sisters out, they are pushing. They pushing and they're growing. So I'm just saying, if y'all want to pay attention to that, it's something. So I can read a little bit of it. I'm sorry. You want let's finish with
No, no,
what you
no,
got
no.
going.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Uh, no, man. We can do it afterwards, man. We can do it afterwards.
Well,
We
if
can do
it's
it afterwards.
pertaining to that, we might well do it to that because you're gonna have some shit to say about Dr. Ben too. So it's on you.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do, King.
Well, I just want to just give y'all a little heads up on who they are. Uh, uh, ADOS is a term referring to descendants of enslaved Africans in the area that would become the United States from the colonial period onwards, and to the political movement and the same name. Both of the terms and movement grew out of the hashtag ADOS, created by Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. The ADOS movement focuses mainly on demanding reparations for the system of slavery in the United States. They wanted colleges, employers, and federal government to prioritize ADOS and argue that affirmation action policies originated designed to help ADOS have been used largely to benefit their other groups. Supported Supporters of the ADOS movement say they should have their own ethnic designation on census forms and college applications and should not be lumped in with other Black people, namely modern Black African immigrants to the United States. So I don't know exactly what that means, but
Well, they're saying that these rights or these things they're fighting for only for the African Americans here, not the ones who may have come over here probably for school or come over here and get their citizenship. They wouldn't be recognized. So that's kind of divisible, you know, because
right,
we're Pan Africanists. We got to support all our people.
that's right. So that yeah, I don't yeah. So I didn't, but this is one of the groups that's pushing for and like I said, they're also talking about leveraging your vote
What?
uh monetarily and pushing for reparations.
Yeah. So they have a specific agenda.
Yeah, but I'm just saying but so what I'm saying is, my point was is they have different groups out here that are
Mhm.
trying to put things together.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? They are trying to, they are attempting to put things together, man. It just depends on how if you agree with them or not. You know what I mean? If you don't agree with them, I wouldn't mess with them either. But I'm just saying, those are groups that, that may be onto something, man. They may be onto something.
Yeah, they're making an attempt to unify to come together. That's
Right.
good.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. So now it's it's And there's others too. I'm just saying. I was just giving that like I said, I'm not a voter, but I'm just saying for the brother, for you guys, brothers and sisters you know, that are, and that's interested in seeing what other people are talking about. Hmm?
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Jamie. I like that. I like that. Yeah, so let's go ahead. Carrie, you want to say anything else?
I'm good. Thank you.
All right, let's jump over to some Afro-centered information. Thanks for everybody's input, man. I didn't know where any of us on the panel stood, on the parties. But nevertheless, the information was intricate. So there again, thank you, Tiffany, for providing that, and for Hip Hollywood for providing the provisions that we can present here. So now we're gonna get into one of our master teachers, Dr. Ben Ashe, and see if we can come up with conversation on that.
Would like to first express my appreciation.
First, let me give proper representation to this. And there again, I wrote asking permission from YouTube and from standing on the shoulders of giants who produced this. So I just want to give them their proper recognition, and as we move on here. Yeah, you might want to pull your bootstraps up on this one.
For your invitation. I would like to first express my appreciation for your invitation. It took me 50 years to get to Tuskegee. 50 years ago, at age 16, I applied for entrance to Tuskegee. My application was accepted, but the immigration laws of the United States of America were such, and I don't think they have changed much, that I couldn't get here. I remembered that such had happened to a man before me by the name of Marcus Messiah Garvey. He was invited by Booker T. Washington. I don't know if you know about him.
Shame.
I heard you don't have a Booker T. Washington Day. Unusual. But anyhow, probably better thoughts may come about, and there will be a Booker T. Washington Day at Tuskegee. But anyhow, Marcus Messiah Garvey was invited by Booker T. Washington to come to the United States. The facts are that red tapes in the immigration department, Garvey arrived 6 months subsequent to the death of the great Booker T. Washington. So taking 50 years to get here, nevertheless, I got here. I do not know if I would have taken the course of action in my life that I have now taken. However, I was lucky enough to slip through an engineering course and graduate in a few more courses, and here I am.
Dr. Yusef Ben Yakinen, a renowned African historian and scholar, delivered his famous lecture, Black Man Wake Up, as part of his lifelong effort to challenging the widespread miseducation of African people. In this powerful lecture, Dr. Ben Yakinen, also known as Dr. Ben, emphasized the need for Black people to reclaim and celebrate their rich cultural heritage, which has been systematically erased or distorted by European colonization and white supremacist ideologies.
Dr. Ben argued that Black people have been miseducated through Western-centered narratives that have systematically excluded the achievements of African civilizations. From childhood, many Black people are taught a version of history that marginalizes African contributions to the world, culture, knowledge, and civilization. This has led to an internalized inferiority complex among many of the Black community, which, according to Dr. Ben, is one of the greatest obstacles to Black liberation and empowerment. He called for a complete overhaul of the education system to center African history and achievements.
Within the context of my education, if you could call it that, I would prefer to call it the course of my indoctrination, my training, which started in Ethiopia, East Africa, and continued in Brazil, Cuba, Puerto Rico, the United States Virgin Islands, England, and Spain. Been around a few places. And in all of these places that I've been, I never once received an education in the history of African people. Yet I thought that I've educated myself down through those period of time. And it is because of that self-education in those things which meant most to me as an African person that I decided at no time would I stand still in these halls of indoctrination and not rebel with the necessary documentation of the lies that are being taught in these halls. And so I may be saying things that may hurt many of you, if not most of you, because some of the lies have become your dear frame of reference. We could start with the Greeks. I hope you fraternities and sororities don't get too bothered about it, since the Greeks weren't too much anyhow. But we can start with that, because there is where our institutions of learning have decided to start civilization. Yet the Greeks are only here from at least 1000 before the Common Era, or before the Christian era, as you would prefer to say. Let us just, for example, cite one. And that particular person would be Hippocrates. And I'm sure that you heard of Hippocrates. And when you consider that Hippocrates wasn't born until 333 BC, or before the Common Era, yet in your education you were told that Hippocrates is the father of medicine. That's a lie. There's no way that I can say about it other than it's a lie. A lie is a lie, whether it's in the university or in the church. How could Hippocrates be the father of medicine when the first time you see him, he is in Egypt learning medicine from Africans? There are numerous papyri, medical papyri on medicine. The nearest to Hippocrates is at least 1,300 years before he was born. For example, we have what is known as the Hetus papyrus, the Ebers papyrus, and now the so-called Rockefeller papyrus, the Edwin C. Smith papyrus. All of these papyri go back to as early as 3100 BC. The man who Hippocrates took an oath that he would practice medicine according to this man, this African, whom the Greeks call Aesculapius, in the Hippocratic Oath. a man by the name of Imhotep died. He practiced medicine and died 2,500 years before the birth of Hippocrates. And you are telling me that the medical school and the pre-medical historians don't know this? They don't know it because, unfortunately, Imhotep had a high visibility like myself, otherwise called black. They don't know that the Ebers Papyrus by Hatshepsut dealing with Planned Parenthood, I said Planned Parenthood, 1,550 years before the birth of Jesus the Christ, is out there. When every medical journal in 1961 published copies of the Ebers Papyrus. And we could go on with the papyri with respect to all kinds of diseases that the Africans had produced, both in Egypt and Ethiopia and Sudan and a place then called Puanit, now called Somalia. But that would be satisfactory, but let us take the kind of education that we do have. We are in a chapel, and we have been told about an immaculate conception and virgin birth. We have been told about the beginning of the world with Adam and Eve. We have been told about a man by the name of Cain who slew his brother Abel. And we have been told that all of these things only happen once. And they go back to the Old Testament, or otherwise called the Torah, or the Pentateuch, or the Chumash. Those are names for what you call the Old Testament. But we have never been told that they are only copies of stories that predated them by thousands of years. Let's test them one by one. I heard some hymns and everything already. Oh yes, you have been told a lot of lies. No other way to talk about it. And those who teach them, if in fact they did any research, must know they are lies. That is providing that they have never gone to Egypt or to Ethiopia or to Sudan to see the living proof. The writings on the tombs, the writings in the pyramid, what is called the pyramid text and the coffin text. That is providing that they have not seen the holy scriptures of the Africans of the Nile Valley, otherwise called the Egyptian Book of the Dead, or as Budge call it in his translation of the hieratic writing, or the Egyptian book of the coming forth by day and by night. In the temple of Setaiwan, for example, at a place called Abydos, not only is there the writings of an immaculate conception 4,000 years before the story of Mary, but it is there in picture form. Are we to say that the theologians of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam have never once taken a trip to Egypt, from whence these things were taken? In that same temple, you see a story of how Setaipan murdered his brother Osiris 2,000 years before the Jewish story of Cain and Abel. And we are told that an African from Egypt by the name of Moses, born in the city of Goshen, that's still Egypt. Egypt is in Africa, by the way. The last time I saw it in January. You heard of a place called Middle East. I don't know of any place called Middle East. That's political jingoism. But we can find that there was no Moses on Mount Horeb in the Sinai to receive any 10 commandments that had not been given before or written before in Egypt, because you could go in the book of the coming forth by day and by night, the book of the dead, and see in what is called the Osirian drama, not only those 10, but 32 more, a total of 42, which you can also go in the temple of Ramesses VI, in the Valley of the Kings, across what is today called Luxor. And in that tomb, you would see the 42 listed commandments, or otherwise negative confession, 2,000 years before the birth of Moses. But they told you that Moses was taught. He was an Egyptian, taught in school in Egypt, and became a priest in the system. Could you have been born in the United States of America, went to kindergarten, then elementary school, junior high school, and never heard of the United States Constitution? It was equally impossible for Moses to have born in Egypt, go to school in Egypt, study an Egyptian system, worship God Amun-Ra, and never once heard of the 42 negative confession, which have in it, thou shalt not kill. I have not killed man nor woman. I have not made like that bottle. I have not. Moses himself is charged with murder. His brother Aaron is charged with theft. 40 years before they reached Mount Sinai, then somebody had a law against theft and against murder before he reached Mount Sinai. Where did they get it? But you weren't taught anything about this. All of this information have been suppressed at a place called the Council of Jamia and the Council of Nicene in 325 AD, when Constantine, the Roman emperor, conquered North Africa, took over the role of the Christian church, which started in Alexandria with Pantheus and Photius, not in Rome. But this too you have not been taught. You have not been taught that the three people who died first in the name of Jesus the Christ were three African women: Felicita, Nimbano, and Perpetua. Yet you know everything. You're born again. You know it all. You can't be blamed for it. Even your teachers may not be able to be blamed for this, because one can't teach what one doesn't know, or one have not learned, or one have not experienced, because there is no interest for people to go to Egypt to see anything, but to go to the Holy Land. And that's why Jesse is tied and had to get on his knees and pray and beg forgiveness. He was scared he wouldn't be able to get back in the Holy Land for saying what was right. But there's more than that. Because you have been told that unless Europeans teach you, you haven't been taught. But who told you that the first university built in all of Europe was built by Africans called Moors? At the university, what is called the University of Salamanca in Spain. Check it out. Europe's first university. Not only the stones were put together like the stones in most of the building and the bricks in most of the building here. I'm not talking about that aspect of only the building. I'm talking about the educational system is nothing but a copy of the University of Djenne, D-J-E-N-N-E, of ancient Ghana, which was burnt down and rebuilt as the University of Sankofa in the city of Timbuktu, which the French later called Timbuktu. Then carried, as the Africans called Moors, conquered Iberia, now Spain and Portugal and southern France, and established in there. And as I said before, it was not the first. The earliest of the Greeks were trained in a place called the subordinate lodge of Croton and Delphi. Subordinate lodges of the Grand Lodge in a place called Waset, which the Greeks later changed to Thebes or Thebes. The current Arabs changed it to Luxor. But did you get that in Greek philosophy? Did you get it in Greek history or European history? None whatsoever. And how did you get Hannibal Barca and his father, Hasdrubal Barca, and his brother, and his father, Hamilcar, his brother Hasdrubal? How did you receive it in the educational system? How did the textbook show it? It showed it as they were not Africans. What they said is some Phoenicians came from Phoenicia, and Carthage, which they later called Carthage, was in fact a Phoenician country. 80 people came from Phoenicia with a woman named Elisa, which Virgil called Dido or Dido in his little play about it. And those 80 changed all the Africans into Phoenicians. And thus we are taught that the Africans of Carthage were in fact Caucasians. It's all right when they taught me in school in Puerto Rico, I didn't know any difference. I was born in Ethiopia, grew up in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, Cuba, and Brazil. So when they were teaching me that at the University of Puerto Rico, I knew no difference, and so it went down all right. But I accidentally went to Morocco, accidentally, and find that what I had been taught in school was nothing but a pack of lies. Because I then went into the temple, I then went into the museum and found that it was totally different, but then I went on to Italy, in the Medici Museum, the Museum of Alessandro de' Medici, only to find that Alessandro was an African born in Italy. And no one had told me up to then that there were Roman emperors from Africa, such as Honorius and Septimus Severus and his son Caracalla. No one had taken time to explain to me anything about the Greeks coming to Egypt and to Nubia and to Ethiopia, depending on who they were, to receive their earliest education, those who had not gone to a little colony, a little enclave in what was then called Lebus, now called Libya, to receive their first glimpse into education taught by Africans.
Dr. Ben stressed that African civilizations, especially Egypt or Kemet, laid the foundation for much of what is celebrated as European history. He highlighted that ancient Egypt, a primarily African civilization, influenced Greek and Roman philosophy, science, and culture. Dr. Ben meticulously detailed how great philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates studied in Africa, particularly in Egyptian temples, before returning to Greece to establish their schools of thought. However, this African origin of knowledge has been downplayed or outright denied in mainstream education. Beyond Egypt, Dr. Ben underscored the contributions of various African civilizations from East to West Africa. He talked about the powerful empires of the West, such as Mali, Ghana, and Songhai, and how their achievements in education, law, trade, and governance were on par with or surpassed their European contemporaries. Timbuktu, for example, was a renowned center for learning, attracting scholars from across the world. Dr. Ben urged Black people to recognize the sophistication and global impact of Black societies. Dr. Ben critiqued how Western society appropriated African philosophy and presented it as European innovation. He pointed out that European philosophy's concepts of spirituality, governance, and morality have deep African roots. For example, the Egyptian principle of Ma'at, which stands for truth, justice, order, and balance, predates and influences many Western philosophical ideas about justice and ethics. Dr. Ben argued that by denying this African influence, Europe sought to paint Africa as a primitive backward continent, justifying the enslavement and colonization of its people. In his lecture, Dr. Ben passionately called for Black people to wake up from the mental slavery imposed by centuries of colonial and neo-colonial miseducation. He urged them to study African history and to teach future generations the true story of their ancestors. Dr. Ben believed that this reclamation of history was crucial for Black people's psychological, social, and political liberation. By embracing their heritage, he argued, Black people could rebuild their self-esteem and challenge the structures of oppression that have kept them marginalized. Black Man Wake Up was more than just a lecture. It was a rallying cry for Black consciousness and empowerment. Dr. Yusef Ben Yakin's insightful critique of global miseducation aimed to inspire Black people to rediscover their true history, take pride in their African identity, and challenge the narratives that sought to diminish their cultural and intellectual legacy. His message remains relevant today as the global struggle for racial justice and equality continues.
Ashe to the the grand master teacher, right? Ashe, you know, I'm gonna tell you something, King. You just, you can't argue with history. I don't give a listen, man. When a person walks you through history like that, when he walks you through history like that, showing you how things took place, where it took place, how it took place, at the times that they took place, who the people were. Hey, man, when you find that out, man, listen, man, ain't no other book is gonna move you, man. You gonna be like, listen, I mean, there's nothing that could like at the end, what he was explaining, what the purpose was, man, of knowing your history, right? Hey, man, that's it, man. That's it. You can't even add to that. Dr. Ben covered everything that you can't even add to it, King. That's it. That's just it. And you can't even. You just be like, all you can say is, "Yep." That's
Right.
all you can say is just, yeah. Well, shit. What? Yeah. Right.
There it is.
Right. That's it. You can't. E, what you say? What could you say to that, man? What you say?
Like you said, you just say, "Yep, yep, you right,"
Yep.
and get to studying.
That's it. That's it, man. I mean, you can't even, you can just say, man, I mean, he covered it. He covered it all. He covered it all. Especially the summary, the last part. Come on. He covered it all. He let you know what it's all about.
Yep.
The whole situation, man. This is what it's about. Right there, man. We need, listen, man, that should be played at the beginning and at the end of every show, man.
There you go.
You feel me? The summary, the very last part. I mean, from when the brothers begin to narrate, right? Oh, man, because people will ask you, what's the purpose? Why would I? Why should I? What good is it gonna do? What's the benefit? What is it? What's the purpose? You know what I mean? Why? Type. Why is it so important to know it? Right? We here, we this, we that. I can go there, I can do this, that, what the other, whatever. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that's what people think, man. And see, and at the end, at the very end, man, he explained all that. Every question you would have, like, what's the purpose? Why? Uh, you know, uh, why would I trade in the history of the Bible? He's telling you, he showed you, showing you why. Or not the history of the Bible, but the stories of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? What, like, Yeah, go ahead, man. Shit,
Yeah.
ain't nothing else you can say.
That's fire, huh? I'm glad I can give my boys a Team Carry turned up a little bit.
Dr. Ben just say it all, man. I mean, he ain't gonna hold you up. He lets you know the whole history behind everything that happened. And you can't, I mean, all you can do is you can disagree, but then all you have to do is just prove them wrong.
Right.
That's it. That's it. You
He
don't,
said he'll sit down. He said he'll sit down and listen.
huh?
He said he'll sit down and listen. If you got some other information that I don't
Yeah.
know about, bring it to me.
That's yeah. And like I said, and like I said, all I'm saying is don't get mad. All you do is just 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 debunk it. Just prove them wrong.
There you go.
Put something out. Come on. Or you can even come here and you can put something together and it'll be your show. You can present whatever you want and show us why and how he's wrong. That's it.
That's
Because
it.
yeah, I mean, because that was done. What year was that done?
No,
Probably
man.
90, 92, maybe. Probably sooner than that. Probably
Okay.
80 something.
All right. So and
Black man wake up is older than that. That's 80s, I think.
yeah, okay. So now I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure out how many times has it been debunked since then? That's all I want to know. How many people have debunked it?
Even though they try to say he a pseudo this and pseudo that, when you look him up on Wikipedia, pseudo Egyptologist, pseudo something, that's just trying to discount what he's saying, but he can't. He can't try to discredit what he's saying, but he can't.
You
Mm-mm.
you got a better you can say all that. All I'm saying is, what are you using to discredit him? What are you using to prove him wrong? Let's see it,
Nothing. They ain't
right?
got it. I ain't seen
Not
it.
not just because you disagreeing. All right, you may disagree. That's fine, but now if you saying that they wrong, show up. You got to come. Now you got to bring it.
And that's what you don't see. That's what I don't see.
Right, and that's why I'm so that right. So that what I'm saying. So since the '80s, how many times have someone come with some information that was contrary to what he just taught, right? Debunking what he just taught, point for point. Come with it, point for point, and show us where he's wrong.
Don't do it, though. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
No,
Don't
because you
do it.
what you'll be doing is making up stuff. That's all you'll be doing.
That's all you be doing.
Because you ain't gonna find no, you're not gonna find no. You're not gonna find no information that's gonna debunk Dr. B and Dr. Clark, uh, Sheikh Antadio. You're not gonna
That's
find them.
why crazy.
You're not gonna find the information that you just ain't gonna find it, man. You know. But yeah, man. I say that Dr. Ben, man, rest in peace, man. Rest in rest easy, rest easy, King.
No doubt, no doubt. A
Yeah,
lot of
man.
love these master teachers put in to this work for our people, man.
Just for us, man. They put that work in for us, King, and we still drawing off that information, man. Today, 2024, we still drawing off their research, their hard work, they sweat, they tears, they time, their brain, their understanding, King. They was able to put it together for us so we could understand it. Man, come on, man. Hey, look, man. Now look what they done got started. I know, you know what
Right.
I'm saying. Look what they got started, man. They got a whole community, man. They got a conscious community. They got, you know what I'm saying. They got, excuse me. They got us. They got us. They got other groups like us. You know what I'm saying. And I'm trying to make it to where it's getting younger and younger. I'm working on 10 and 11-year olds right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm working on, and you know what I'm saying. I'm working on, them two dudes right now. I'm seeing if I can get some more, youngsters to join in. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. This is what we talking about, man. Just to know just to know our history. This way, in turn, you can know thyself. That's what this is about, man. Know thyself, man.
Yeah, I put Dr. Ben's Black Man Wake Up on Sankofa.
Hey, yes. Hey, not just that. Go to all the Dr. Ben's whole lineup.
You
Or
right. Right.
just go, and all y'all gotta do is just go down the line, man. You ain't gotta go in no particular order. Just go down the line, man. Just go one, just click one and go listen to it, and just go straight to the next one. And go straight to the next one. Just keep going till you run out. And then when you get done with him, go to Dr. Clark. Go to Dr. Clark, start from the beginning, and just click, man, until you don't find him no more. And listen, man. And I'm trying to tell you, man, hey, listen. At the very least, King, you're gonna invest in some books. You
At
know what
the
I'm
least.
saying? You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you're interested, you know what I'm saying? Either way, if you're interested in debunking it or if you're interested in finding out more, right? You're gonna have to invest in some. You gonna so come on in, man, buy some books. Come on.
Tell them about them books, Eric.
Telling me.
Hey man, it's important. It's important. It's important. Books are good reference points. You got them. You ain't got to go nowhere else. Once you get them, just go back to your library and pull something out of there. Yeah, it's important.
Right.
That's
What's
right.
good, Eric? I mean, Gerald, you got something to say on this? Eric? Oh, there you go. There you go. Go ahead, Gerald.
The key point is African-centered education.
Right.
Africans are the originals. So history starts with us. If you're dealing with education, you're talking about the first one to do something, and it's not an African, you're being miseducated. So what Dr. Mead was basically saying, all that shit off the Bible and all that shit, they miseducating you because they ain't telling you about the African presence for whatever goddamn reason. And he said he even grew up and he didn't have no African-centered education. He had to start reading and looking for himself, just like each of us have to do. Once you have to do that for yourself, you get properly educated. But it ain't free. You're going to have to pay for it. Or spend your time in libraries. As we heard about the Project 2025, they banning education. They banning books. So a lot of this shit that's going to wake you up with knowledge of self, they trying to get that shit destroyed. They don't even want you to have access to it anymore. Okay? So again, I want to say African-centered education. I don't care who you are, what your race is, whatever. If it's not African-centered, that starts from the beginning, you're being miseducated. Okay? In some kind of way, you're being indoctrinated to learn what they want you to learn. And until you start doing the research for yourself, you'll never know. Until you do the research, you'll be, ignorant. But you can be 85 years old and get properly educated once you know. It ain't no timeline on it. It's just understanding what they are doing. And it's by design. As he said, he had a college, and he don't want to upset the Greeks. He talking about all our black people that go play us to be Greeks. G5G, that's what we want to be, and all that old bullshit. And I'm an alpha, and I'm an AKA. Y'all motherfuckers being miseducated. If y'all claiming to be a Greek, and the Greeks are the children of the Africans, why ain't no African fraternities? Why ain't no African sororities? Who started the shit? So at the highest level of education, you being dumbed down, branding yourself, claiming something that you ain't even a part of. You know what I'm saying? That's ignorant. That's dumb as fuck. You know? Yeah. And again, y'all embarrassed when y'all really find out the truth about it. And again, you know, I've had many brothers and sisters that became awoke, but they were Greeks and, you know, joined the fraternities and, you know, and that might be other reasons to join a fraternity, camaraderie and all that there. But you should never identify with something and you ain't identifying with your roots.
Right.
And you pay for that education, most of you. Most of you ain't getting no scholarships. Y'all pay for that shit. So y'all pay for them people to tell y'all some shit that is misinformation. It's disinformation. You know? And once you know the truth, then nobody can come tell you about hypocrisy is the father of medicine. If you know the truth, somebody can't tell you about the goddamn Hebrew Israelites who's supposed to got all that information in Kemet. You know what I'm saying? You know, go back to the source. You know? When we holler about no Ten Commandments, when you know about the declarations of Mayat. You know? You won't be hollering about no Jehovah when you know about Amun, Ra, Fatah, Mayat, Nix, you know, all them Neteru. You got your own shit. And not saying that others can't choose to, you know, deal with Jehovah or Allah, but that ain't your shit. You got your own. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're rejecting it just because you just want to reject it, that's you. But most time you're rejecting it because Jehovah told you to reject it. Yahweh told you to reject it. Allah told you to reject it. You ain't did the research for yourself and try to understand it from your ancestors' point of view of what they was talking about. And if you do that, I think you'll be better informed, you'll be better equipped to deal with reality, and you'll be better to, you know, be proud of your history and the achievements that was accomplished by your ancestors, you know, foremothers and forefathers. So, again, I want to say African-centered education. If you start with that, you cannot be fooled, because that's the origin. Power, love.
RG.
All
Gary?
be for life.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was real good. I, you know, more truth. And, you know, I in the summary, I was thinking about all the lies I grew up with and how cool that, you know, I agree with Jamie. We should show that at the beginning of every Zoom thing. It shows the truth right there, and you can back it up. So that's pretty cool. I really liked what he said about hypocrisies. That was really interesting to me, you know, because everything is, he's got so many things out there, the Hippocratic oath, you know, this and that and the next thing. And so, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed seeing all you guys and all you kings. And thank you for putting on this all on low, and love you guys. Peace.
2024, they still talking about Christopher Columbus Day, that he discovered America. They don't mind lying to you. They don't mind lying to us.
That's right.
That shit been debunked. And they still have a holiday that we just celebrated this fucking Monday. They're still upholding the goddamn lies. So, again, just gotta wake up. And they saying people who reject it, we woke. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to deal with the wokeism. But wokeism is reality. And we better deal with reality or somebody gonna run game over you. And that's the end of that.
Right, right. That's just cutting it short because it ain't the end. Right.
Hey, that's the hey. See, this is why. Anybody else? I'm my bad. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to tell you, man, that
Go
your
ahead.
coach beat up on my Dolphins, man.
I seen that. Yeah, that's right, man. 16. We left them at 10. See, when they got
Yeah,
had us
man.
10 to a donut.
All right, that's enough of that
We
shit.
got hold on. We got 16 straight on y'all. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah, right.
That's enough of
16
that.
straight. Hey, but listen. Hey, anybody else want to say something about that?
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead, King.
Eric, Eric, you want to say something about that? He want to say something.
He'll be back on.
Okay. Hey, listen, man. See, this is what I'm saying, man. See, if you know your history like that, like Gerald said, won't nobody be able to tell you about these other books, man. Right? So, this is where we are, man. This is where we are. Like I said, they're developing a brand new history book for the state of Florida right now, right? And it's gonna have all this miseducation in it. Right now, I got something for that. I'm not worried about it because when my boys bring it to me, we're gonna have a whole lot of highlights and extra writing inside the book, right? So we're gonna have that in there, right? Uh, but anyway, what I'm saying is, what's really important is that we know our history, man. Because listen, see, they rewrote it. They're rewriting the history right now. So this is for our future kids. This is for the kids that's coming up. So now, when we pass away and our kids are not able to push this history to their kids, well, we just got to look at not my not, so then so my son's grandkids is going to be thinking that slavery helped the slaves. That's what their history. That's what history is going to teach them, and this is what they're going to have to go with. Right? Because no one else has taught them the true history of of our people. Right? No one has taught them the history, the Black African history. Right? So this is what I'm saying. You see how Dr. Ben went back that far back, and he was talking about 4,000 years before and 2,000 years before this, and y'all remember that? So what I'm saying is to know that history, man, you gotta be able to you gotta be able to study it. Otherwise, it's gonna be lost. He's gone back that far. He's done that research to find out about us. So what those kids, what my son's grandkids is gonna be doing, if they even interested, is they're gonna be going back to slavery days, just back to slavery, because that's gonna be a long time to them. Go back to slavery time, right? Just the slave trade to see what really happened and did it really benefit the slave. They ain't even gonna touch Kemet. they they ain't even. I don't know if they may get to the Ptolemies, but they ain't going to ancient Kemet, right? So this is what I'm saying, man. We gotta bear this. We gotta keep this going. It can't get lost. Like our language got lost. A lot of our culture got lost. All that's lost. We can't let this go, though. Okay, let's not let this go. Let's not let our history go. All right, we done lost everything else, man. Let's not just lose. Let's not lose the history too. Okay, let's at least keep that going, man. That's all I'm asking, man. Let's at least keep that going. All right, fam. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. What up, Eric? You there? No, what Eric doing? He cooking or getting the shit to get it cooked up. Yo, you muted, but you muted, Jamie.
And Eric prepping. He prepping right now.
Yeah, no
Prepping.
doubt. Yeah, so study up, folks, man. Study Black-centered information so you ain't misinformed and disjointed. And if you're a voter, get out there and vote and pay attention to Project 2025 and read on it. Don't just hear about it, read on it. The news stations is only putting out sound bites. So whether you go Fox or at any other station. So just study up, man, and Black Power, Black Love.
That's right. E, you there?
Yeah, I'm back, man. I had to take a
Yeah.
call to my mom, but
Oh,
yeah, man, great presentation, great. Dr. Clark, I mean Dr. Ben is always, a joy to listen to. From his knowledge base to his humor, the way he presents the information, always a treat. So big ups for that presentation.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for all being present and always being present. Jamie, again, man, thank you for, always having the controls rocking and rolling and being present as well, man. And thanks to the Queens for allowing us to, this time to, put out some information, man. And we try to keep it steady and informative and of course Black centered, more specifically to the Nile Valley culture and spiritual system and the pre-dynastic, the New Kingdom, the Middle Kingdom, and the Old Kingdom, and keep our history right. And so, I'm the baby of the bunch, so and my game is up. So these boys on the panel, they got it thick for your ass. And me and Carrie, we just we do what we do. All right, and very fortunate for it. I want to send a shout out I meant to do in the middle of in the beginning was to Mo, Michael Rowland back in Lansing. He just had a procedure done, and he's a foundation piece of Sankofa 180 degrees, and we just send him and anybody else that's healing or facing some type of procedure or discomfort. We send you positive vibes and divine healing all day. Ain't about no monkey shit. And big ups, take care of your health, take care of the village and, study up. Go ahead, close out, Jamie.
that's right, man. Hey, so yeah, family. Anyway, and this right here, man, this is directly related, man, to to like our first Sunday of the month children's book read, man. This is what I be talking about right here, man. This right here.
Pull your mic closer.
Oh,
Pull your mic closer.
my bad. Can y'all hear better? That's
Yeah.
better. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. I just yeah, just it's I appreciate you brothers and sisters, man. I really do. Thanks for being here. Um Shout out to Mo. Uh Uncle's right, man. We and shout out to Gerald. Oh, and to the Queen Carrie. Everybody. I'm sending everybody and Eric. I'm sending y'all all positive healing energy, man. Y'all this is I'm glad, this is just something I really, really enjoy doing, man,
Right.
with y'all, man. It's really I do keep us sharp, and it keep us reading, man. You know, so yeah, man, it's just it's directly related, man, and history is really important, especially our history, man. We gotta keep that, man. We gotta keep it. I mean, we lost a lot of our history, man, but what we do have, let's learn it, man. And it's out here. It's really out here, man. So let's learn what it's about, man. It ain't nothing evil about our history, man. It's just what happened. It's just what was written. That's all. It's just documented history, man. It's something that's written, and it's something that can be verified. It really happened. You know what I mean? Uh, we need to learn that, man. And once you learn that, man, you will see, man, what we talking about, man. You have no other choice but to see it. You know, now, and so all I'm saying is thanks for joining, man. Please like, subscribe, share, give us a comment, let us know what you think. Come on in, don't be scared. We always open for anybody to join. Um, you know, come on in, man. We got this platform for people that wanna got something that they want to say, speak on, when it comes to, our history or a doctrine, a religion, or whatever, something like that, man. Come on in and talk about it, man. Right? Talk about it, man. Come and talk about uh, uh Donald Duck and uh, uh, Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Come on if y'all want to talk about them. Come on, talk about them, man. I mean, like I said, you're not gonna hurt my feelings, no kind of way. You won't get cussed out by me. I don't have nothing invested in it, but I'm just saying, come on in because I know a little bit. I know a little bit, man. I don't vote. I'm not a voter, so that's why I said it's not gonna hurt my feelings. But I know a little bit though, man. I keep up a little bit. I ain't not a lot now. I don't know the inside ins and outs and all that of a lot of the stuff, but yeah, I know a little bit, man. So yeah, come on in, man. Talk to us. All right. That's all I got,
Yeah,
man.
you being humble, man. You know more than what you exposing, and you just want that 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 idea that you don't vote and you ain't got no horse in the race, stand tall and shit. So, but I know you better. I know you
No, I
better.
mean, no, I'll tell you now. If I was a voter, it would be probably Kamala Harris if
Yeah.
I was a voter, but I'm not a voter, so I don't. Yeah, so but yeah, yeah, she want to vote for herself. Yeah, I like to vote for myself too.
Right,
I'll
right,
vote for her. Fuck it, I just vote for
right.
her.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll vote
Exactly.
for her. Fuck it,
Hey, we
I'll
just
vote for
had
her.
we just had Barack in town, man. I was all up on him, all up on that shit. I worked on this campaign in 2008 and deep, deep in the game. I had a big position in that joint, and yeah, I remember they had at the Taco Bell Arena. They was only gonna let 1,500 people in, right? And shit, I had that sucker packed, man, without permission, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, man, big ups to the panel, big ups to Sankofa 180, you know, positive vibes and divine healing continuously. May they vibrate through the cosmos and universe and touch everybody, heal everybody. And please study up, get up on game, man. Learn about the history that is hidden. I just posted on Sankofa uh the 20 top black last names used in the United States, and it shows that there are predominant locations in the United States. And I think it's a goddamn atrocity that our uh, um, original names have been lost purposely, right? And we gotta go by these names, man. I have a son that wanted to, Brooklyn wanted to do the ancestral search on my original last name Carter, my from my father's name, and I don't got a fabrication, a shortcoming of our ancestral thread. So, I just think it's really devastating, man, to have to go by these slave names and shit, and and stand on that. So, we stand on business here, man. We got receipts for your ass. We got real people, real locations, real events that popped off instead of this storytelling stuff and misleadings and trying to brainwash somebody and fool somebody. They had me for a minute, man, a good minute. Then the door broke down. Right now, and I stormed through that motherfucker. So here we are now. Check it out. Check, check.
That's right.
Anyway, hey man. So you can also, a lot of my upbringing in this is through, SETI. SETI is from General SETI is from Detroit. He's got a good platform to me. And Sinetta TV, you know, big platform. I learned from debates and they debate about they get Christians, they get Hebrew Israelites, they get Muslims, they get Waspis, on and on and on, and they did just debate about it. So and they bring out real good information, and then you can make a optimal choice, right? Instead of just what was handed to us, and we got to stand on guilt to maintain that shit, right? I had a good friend of mine say, what would your mama think of you now? And I told her my mama would be utterly proud of me right now, right? So, big ups to the fam and big ups to the people. RBG all day.
That's right, man. And like I said, man, just join us, man, for the children's book read every first Sunday of the month. You can, the baby can win a free book, uh, about real history, real people, real events. You know what I'm saying? For children, good quality books, man. Not you don't have to pay for nothing. We don't ask for no donations. We don't ask for none of that. All we ask for is your address and for the baby to maybe read the book on the next book read. You know what I'm saying? So, and we'll keep in it and we try to keep that going. Uh, or if we don't have a book read, we may even have a movie. You know what I mean? We may have a African Center movie or mostly anime, for children. You know what I mean? Some kind of anime cartoon. Uh, uh, so, just check us out, fam. We out here, man. All right, all
We
right. Check us
outside. We
out.
outside for sure.
Yes, sir. And we do that for the kids, man. Every first Sunday of the month, and we encourage everybody to bring the babies, man, and yourself because you can learn a lot as well. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just the truth. You can learn a lot. All right. So we out of here, fam. Anybody else, King?
I'm good, man.
Eric, you want good?
I'm good. Gary says she good.
She good?
Hey,
All right.
hey, let's hang out for just a quick second afterwards.
All right. Hey, so hey man, so I'm gonna say peace to the family, man. We out of here.
Peace.
Uh uh
Unity, division.